Luka, Nick, who else? They just...
We're moving on. Time for Nick's NBA medals. Rudy Gobert had 13 points and 18 boards in the Jazz win. It wasn't enough, though, to make Nick's podium. Nick, who took your bronze, silver, and gold last night?
Yeah, I don't know if Rudy will ever make the podium, let's be honest here. There were only 2 games last night, so some cheap medals available. Bronze medalist, my guy Zion. Hey, Zion, tell Karl Malone to go to hell. Bad guy, bad takes. Zion Williamson, 32 points on just 19 shots. Silver medalist, the team that beat Zion. That guy right there, Donovan Mitchell, he had the ball. 28, 7, and 4. You usually don't get a silver with the 28-point game. There were only 2 games last night. We got to give out these medals. This is like, hey, I'm a gold medalist in the Olympics. What'd you win? Power walking. It counts, I guess. Gold medalist, the Joker. He's racking them up. Nikola Jokic, 27, 12, and 6. No longer averaging a triple-double. Nice haircut, though. Little svelte. I like it, Nikola. If you've got bad hair, just shave it off. There's your medalist. Zion, Donovan, Nikola, bronze, silver, gold. There it is. Oh, the sage.
He still got the sage. All right, I watched almost everything, Wilds. Who could have possibly missed the cut last night?
Oh, Jamal Curry. Jamal Curry, would be a great player. Jamal Murray does a rock impression here where he takes off his sleeve to make a move. A new invention, Nick. You do when you're about to make a defining move. You sort of follow it up with something. This is the people's elbow. Takes it off, boom, gets the layup. Smart move, Jamal Murray. Invented a new basketball move.
That was good.
Congratulations.
I thought you'd get Dorothy.
Just missing the cut. We're back to the NFL now. Could Patrick Mahomes break out the behind-the-back pass on Sunday? Perhaps the old no-look. We'll tell you next. I got something in my eye.
We should do...
You know, I'm back. I'm happy to be back. And we got some great pieces, and we just move on. And I let my actions in my game speak for itself like I planned on doing. You know, just needed a pause.
There we go.
His words, he needed a pause, and he took it. So, Brandon, our resident Brooklyn Nets guy, what do you expect the Nets to look like tonight with Kyrie, KD, and James Harden all on the floor together for the first time?
Yeah, I expect them to compete and continue to look like a premier team in the NBA.
Kyrie's jersey.
But the reality is, yeah, right, exactly. Let's go. You know what time it is. Brooklyn all the way. And Nick, before I even finish my point here, do you really want to go the next 3 to 4 months with leaning on that one little branch of they don't play defense? They're not a really good defense. Do you really want to do that for the next 3 months?
Yeah, I do. It won't be the only branch, but I do. Yeah. It'll age beautifully. So look, it'll age, but go ahead, Brandon.
Here's the deal, Nick. I expect them to be a premier team in the NBA, but right now they're overachieving. KD, Kyrie, and James Harden hasn't even practiced together yet. The things that KD and James Harden is doing is off of muscle memory because they spent 3 years together in OKC. So you insert Kyrie, there's going to be growing pains. I don't expect this team to look like a championship team until mid-March. They have a lot of work to do. Don't get it twisted. By the end of the day, we know who they are. I talked to someone in the Nets organization. They said this to me because I'm like, look, I got Nick Wright on my show, and he has a strong point. He's going back to like the last 30 years and talking about mergers and 50 years of history. There hasn't been a champion there hasn't been a champion that got it done not playing good defense. And they're like, look, Brandon, these guys know how to win. They know how to play a good enough defense to get to the finals. We know what we need to do once we get there to compete. And those are the things that we'll work on. So I expect them to get what they need done soon.
Okay. All right. I'm excited. Wilds, I want to hear your take on this because I feel like I'm going to have more coming my way. So I'd rather have it all laid out.
No.
And then I can try to parry it off. Go ahead.
Okay, sure. All right, so here's what I've got. I think it's, I disagree with Brandon here. The idea that it's like, that there's some version of like basketball version of the Tampa Bay Bucks, not buying it. I think it all gels immediately. Kyrie hasn't played in Cleveland since his first game with the Celtics. He's missed games, he's been inactive, so he is gonna come out rested and ready to go. Maybe throw up a 46-point game for the president. Why not? Make a nice statement there. Oh, think about it, 46 points for Kyrie. Here's the other thing, to your defensive point. And I had to go deep down into Basketball Reference, my favorite website, Jenna, and yours too, Nicholas. And I said, Dusty, can you break out that old Harden is not good at defense debunking stat that we had, where Harden gets to loose balls, he gets to deflections, he's one of the best players in the league. And to Brandon's point, the end of that Milwaukee game, to get KD the shot, Harden missed the shot, boom, guess who got the offensive rebound? James Harden. So it speaks to the fact that they can turn it on when they need to. And I agree, I think Kyrie's gonna go for 46 tonight. That's your lock it in prediction from the prognosticator of prognosticators. Okay. Big game from Kyrie.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, have y'all said your piece here? Because now we just have to address some things. First of all, the end of that Milwaukee game, actually, you're talking about the Nets' second to last possession, because their last possession was Durant, for the third time this season, blowing a chance to ice a game or win a game. He dribbled it off his knee, and the Bucks ended up getting a final shot. They missed it, but that's neither here nor there. Folks, let me ask Wildes a question. Let's go side by side. Kevin Wildes, who is the fastest man alive? Who is it?
Usain Bolt.
Okay.
Usain Bolt?
Why doesn't he have any golds? And in fact, why doesn't he even qualify for the hurdles in the Olympics? He's faster than everybody.
He's never practiced.
Why doesn't he run that race?
He's never practiced hurdles. Never.
Okay, well, I don't know if he's never practiced it or if it's just despite his overwhelming speed, he can't do that thing that's half of the race. So it's like he's the best in the world at half of it, but he's so bad at the other part, doesn't even compete for it. That's going to be your Brooklyn Nets, y'all. And you can say, oh my God, they're going to be unstoppable offensively. Well, it's funny. I've never worn a retainer, Wildes, but I do study Basketball Reference. So I did something this morning, and I said, you know what?
Here we go.
Let's just go back
You got fitted for a
this
retainer?
century. Let's just go back this century and say, forget the defense, how does the #1 offense in basketball typically fare? Because that is the upside for the Nets. The best offense in the entire league. And this century, the #1 offense in basketball has won the title once. The 2017 Warriors. And you know what they paired it with? The #2 defense. Now, you know who was, one moment. You know who was a part of 6 separate #1 offenses that didn't even make the finals? Steve Nash. 3 times in Phoenix, 3 times in Dallas. Oh my goodness, run and gun. Luka was the #1 offense last year. Portland had some, Milwaukee had some, Denver had some. Durant had one in Oklahoma City. They didn't make the finals that year. The Nets' upside is be the #1 offense. And I actually is Kyrie. And Kyrie being added to this equation is not a net gain. It's not a net positive. Everyone's talking about, how they looked without Kyrie. That's less of a concern than how they're about to look with Kyrie, Wildes.
See, here's the thing. I think those are very good points. I don't understand why Kyrie is such a bad defender. He's not like so Isaiah Thomas small that he can just get bodied up. He's quick as lightning, so he should be. Does it come down and he's